Welcome back to the Conrad Blacksmithing channel. We're finishing up 2 chunky axes today. We got a 5 3/4 pound Tassie. This is a custom, and we have a custom order 5 pound Fireman axe with a splitting profile. So this will split like a Tassie, have the pick on it. Just, you know, splitting wood, maybe someone attacks you and you need to do some self-defense, just flip it over and tickle their kidney. So we got those 2. We're gonna hang these guys, sharpen them up, polish them, make them look pretty, and that'll be it. Always scrub thoroughly, folks. There's gotta be a machine that can wash these things off, but I never look for it. I just keep wiping. New Purple Heart on the Tassie. This stuff's pretty. And the Fireman's axe is getting some Wenge. That reminds me of that video. The guy driving by, I'm gay. Anyways, what handle? We'll do a curved handle for you curved handle guys. I've been doing a lot of straights. Anyways, we'll do a curved 32-inch handle on this one. Grab a template right there. So a tip for picking out wood that I always do is I don't even have to look at the end of the board to see the grain orientation. You can see there's a little circle of grain right here, even like a point right there. That tells you that the grain is center in the middle of the board. All these lines right here tells you that this board, the grain goes like that. So you want your handle right in the middle. And then I'll do like wedge banger handles on the side because they're straight and the grain doesn't matter. But for a curved handle like this, you want the grain to be straight. I always say if someone broke into my shop and tried to make an axe with my templates, they wouldn't be able to because I never actually followed the templates. I like to make the palm swell a little bit bigger than necessary because you can always shape it down. Also taller than you think because I always shave that down too. This thing follows the grain nice, but just like I explained, watch out where that grain is pointing. If you see arrow points anywhere, like right there, the grain is straight, that's where you want to handle. If you don't swing a straight handle, you have pronouns in your bio. My customers may not be happy with that. So I'll continue making curved handles. Cut out, Purple Heart, Wenge. We're gonna do a 32-inch curved handle for the axe that's dropping this Friday, which is that big Tassie. The Fireman's axe is in order. If you would like to order a custom axe that will be featured in the weekly video, send me an email. On this template, the eye is always way bigger than it needs to be, and I forgot to adjust it this time. Just like I said, if someone came and tried to make the exact same axe as I make from my templates, it would not work. Flip her over. Oop. Oop. Take a fair amount off here. Watch for straightness. I always watch this point right here. Make sure it's centered with the rest of the axe. And then look at it and see if it's tilted and it's perfectly straight. Let's move on to that Wenge. See how this stuff, draw knives, it's usually not that great. This stuff makes your draw knife real dull quickly. Yeah. Woo! The grain structure on this wood is just so much different than hickory or Purple Heart. It's very crazy stuff. It's very strong. It's good for handles, but it has some different properties. It just splinters super easy, and the splinters are nasty, they burn. Yeah, you can see it draw knife's real nice. Oop, that was right to the nose. On this side, it draw knife's just fine. That is just the inconsistency of wood. Not gonna be able to get a good surface finish with this stuff. So just take the material off, prepare it for the, ooh, that's a bad sign right there. You do not want that. If you see that thing splinter like that, don't keep going, just kind of cut it off. Like that. Yeah, so this corner is acting like this corner on that side, and this corner is acting like that corner because of grain. It's all very interesting stuff, and it's pretty too. I don't want to go too far on this Wenge because it start looking ugly, and we don't want that. So it is not super straight on the front, but on the back it is. If you look down that, you can see that this center is not center with the rest of the handle. That's not what I want. So I'll have to go through with the grinder and take material off right here and straighten that out. That's all right though, because I have plenty of material to work with. To the grinder. One tip for you guys when you're hanging an axe, I always put little marks in the handle based on the direction the head needs to go. So like on this handle, you can see I put a little notch right there and then a notch on the opposite corner. So that tells me that I want the axe to go this way. So what I'll do is I'll take material off this corner and this corner and it'll move the head that way. Also, I put a notch right there, which tells me I need the bottom of the axe to move down, which would make the head go that way and straighten out. That's what I always do. It's easy to remember. On a handle that you get that's already finished, what you could do is like down on the bottom, put a Sharpie mark right there on the bottom so nobody's gonna see it, because you probably don't want to put a notch into a finished handle. And on double bit handles, you also want to have it directional so it's going in the same side every time. Put a little notch on the bottom. That correlates to a little mark that you remember on the head. But yeah, these are all hung up. Time to get shaped, and then we'll make a wedge for it, sharpen the heads, and they'll be done. Here, ready for a hanging. Okay, that is a big old head. Tap the wedge in just like normal. And that is the perfect amount of seating too. That's gonna be a tight wedge. Straight. One more tap. Yep. You can just feel the difference when that wedge is seated down. Your hammer kind of bounces off the handle a little bit. Okay. See, you can see it's not driving any farther with the hammer on the anvil. It's not going in. But when I take it off right here and hit it, I can get that sucker flush. And that is a very tight wedge. Thing is spread. Yes, we just sanded glue, but I tapped it down first so the glue seated down in the curve. You can see there's still glue in there. I just don't like when there's 2 inches of tongue hanging out of the top of that thing. this wedge is gonna be perfect too. Okay. So see that that's solid, nice and straight. Drive her home. Boy. When I have the back side of the wedge that's not as deep as the rest, I usually just leave that because this thing can break off and then you're having a real bad day. But looks good. Got her flush in the front. It is definitely spread to the bandsaw. They're done. Dunzo. Got this 5-pound fireman's axe with a splitting profile. Customer wanted cool fireman's axe that he can split wood with, so that's what he's getting. Got a big old, I'm gonna call it a Tassie. I don't really think it's a Tassie. It's just a big old splitting axe, 5 3/4 pound with a Purple Heart handle. Curvy, just like some of you guys like it. I know you guys like your curves, so gotta give them to you. Purple Heart, nice and pretty. Wenge, this stuff is nice. Really good day today, finishing up these 2 customs. This guy is gonna be dropped on the website today, Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Be watching for it. If you want to order a custom axe like this or whatever you have in your crazy brain of yours, send me an email and we will get to discussing some of the details of that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great weekend. See you later.